Hey guys, how's it going? Today we will be recreating this logo by Horacio Duran. It's a nice use of 3D space. This is the one I've recreated, and this is the original one. Looks pretty good. Go ahead and make a new document. I'm going to use Letter, the default one. Go ahead and download the logo. Go to File, Place, and place it. I'm going to scoot it over to the left a bit, and I'm going to rename this layer Original Logo. I'm going to lock it, create a new layer. Using the shape builder tool, I'm going to use the rectangle, zoom in a little bit, and if you position your mouse along the two edges, right, it should give you sort of an exact measurement. Holding shift to make a perfect square, I'm going to make sure my square covers all of my logo. As you can see on the right hand side of the D, right, it's intersecting with that, and that's going to be pretty good right there. Take off the fill, go to Object, Path, split into grid, hit the preview check mark, and you're going to make somewhere where you see the lines being sort of similar, like right here and right here. Should we try? That looks pretty good. Make sure that they're squares. So on the columns, you're going to put 22. Right, so 22 by 22. Grid. Click OK. We're going to name this grid. Select your layer, hold the mouse as you drag to create a new layer. That's going to make a copy of it. I'm going to hide the original one and lock it. On the copy, I'm going to name this squares. Alright, so with the squares now, I'm going to group it. It's already a group. Just group it. On that same layer, go ahead and create a new square. Give it a fill of whatever color you want. I'm going to use blue. Right, so this is the group, and these are the squares. Select both of them. You can also hit Control A. In your Pathfinder menu, you're going to go to Divide. Select it, right click, hit Ungroup. You can select the outside and just delete it. So now we have three layers: our original logo, we have our grid, and we have our squares. If you select your squares layer, you can see that there's larger squares made up of individual squares. I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this. And I'm going to name this letter H. From this grid, I'm going to get my letter H. Drag your original logo to the top. Select your letter H layer. Go to your shape builder tool. Click once. On your color panel, click a different color. And we're going to start coloring these shapes, these squares. I'm going down 14 squares. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if you toggle the visibility of the original logo, you can see our H is starting to come together. Toggle the visibility of your H layer. Name this letter D. From this, we will be getting our letter D. Toggle the visibility of the original logo again. Select your D layer using the same technique. Use your shape builder tool. Go on a different color. We gotta make sure the letter D is 14 down to match our letter H. And we're gonna start right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And for this, we're just making a rectangle. So now we have our letter H and our letter D. Toggle the visibility of your original logo. Make a new layer on top of the letter H. We're going to call this HD. Using your wand tool, click on the yellow selection. You're going to drag this square to the next layer. Toggle this visibility. On the letter D, you're going to use the same technique, magic wand tool. Click on this yellow square. Drag this red square up to the letter or the layer HD. Now we have the HD in its own layer. Let's change the color of this so we can see better. So now that we've changed the color, use your direct selection tool. Select only the two outer anchor points and drag them all the way inside. Select the two remaining anchor points and drag them all the way inside. This creates the letter D. Now we have to connect our H and our D, as you can see from this example, the original logo. To do this, we are going to create a new square. Choose a different color. Go to Arrange, Send to Back. We now have our square, our letter D, our letter H. Using your line segment tool, you're going to connect this anchor point to the path of the letter D. You're going to connect this anchor point to the path of the letter D. select all, hit Ctrl A to select all. Using the shape builder tool, hold the Alt button as you delete the outside. Delete this. You can delete this, delete this. You are gonna need this these two parts, so don't delete them yet. Select the blue only. Switch the stroke and the swap. The stroke, set it to 9. Set the stroke to the inside. Set it to 8. Now we have this blue layer and we have this red layer. We can now get rid of this orange layer. We have one more connection to do, which is this H to the D. Using your line segment tool, hit this anchor point, select this anchor point. We're going to round this right now, so don't worry too much about that. You can select all of it now, go to Object, Expand Appearance, Object, Expand Fill and Stroke. Select all. Using your shape builder tool, zoom in to this part, join this, let's give it a color, join this, you can get rid of this now, join this, and there we have our logo. Let's put it side to side by the original one. It looks pretty good. Now we're just going to round some of these corners. So select the top corners using your direct selection tool. Select this bottom corner, this one, and this one. We're going to give these a round of 10. You see the inside is still a little bit rounded, so we're going to give some of those a smaller round. Corner. We can give those a round of about 3. We missed this one. Now you can start playing with how round you want the corners. But there you have the basic way of making this logo. If you have any requests for a logo that I should make or remake, please comment down below, send a message. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.